Hello, my people. Welcome to today's broadcast. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I want to thank you, especially those of you who remember to subscribe. You have to subscribe to our channel so that we can continue to get to as many people as possible. You know what happens is the more people we are, the more exposure we get, and YouTube can, there's something they call their algorithm. It's like their computer that crawls all over the place. So their computer can crawl over our channel and spread the news that we are spreading, because Uzoma can easy, we gotta go and we must continue. Oh yes, Uzoma Chineke can easy. We are spreading the good news of God Almighty. Recently, but don't forget to subscribe before my wife chase me out of the house. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you click on the notification bell, so that whenever there is a new video, you will get to know. Do me a favor too, just spread this video to as many people as possible. Don't be selfish, just spread the video. Let so many people get to know what's happening. And just for purposes of clarity, it is important that I explain to people that Worship Media is an independent channel. It is not owned by any organization. It's owned by me and my wife, Dr. Erica. We do the much we can to promote or to give people a platform to express themselves. We fight against injustice anywhere we see it. We fight against oppression. We detest injustice. We detest injustice with the last breath that we have. We fight it. Okay? It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your nationality. If you are being oppressed, we will fight for you. That's what we stand for. Now, recently, we've been bringing people to our show, and a lot of you like the people we bring. A lot of you don't like the people we bring, but we say, hey, we didn't promise you. One thing I can promise you is that we are not here to make you happy. If we're the day we do comedy, we do comedy. There's days that we just do comedy and make everybody laugh. But 90% of the times, we are not here to make you happy. No. We are here to make you think. We are here to make you really seriously think. Sometimes when we bring things on the show, it doesn't mean we agree with it. But it's just that a lot of you choose to see things only from one direction, and that's not, from my experience in life, I don't think that's the best way to see things. It's always good to see things from this direction, from that direction, from that direction, from this direction, so that at the end of the day, when you form an opinion, when you choose a particular way, a particular line of action, that line of action is based on having reviewed so many scenarios, having reviewed so many options. That's how an intelligent person behaves. And I believe everybody on our channel is an intelligent person. At least most people. Let's pretend that all of us are intelligent. Although I know see some of us no all right. Okay. So what I'm saying is, we will feature Nnamdi Kanu on our channel a lot. Every time he does a show, we feature him. Why do we do this? I want to clearly make anybody who doesn't know to know that I love Nnamdi Kanu very much. I love him. That's all I can just tell you. I just love the man. And do I agree 100% with everything he does? No, I don't. Do I worship him? No. Do I think that Nnamdi Kanu is infallible? No, I don't. But I believe in a lot of the things that he says. I trust a lot of the things that he says. But today, I'm not going to focus on the ones that I like. I'm going to focus on the ones that maybe I don't agree with. And that is, I don't agree with some of the languages that Nnamdi Kanu uses on his broadcast. And please, you must abide by the rules of our channel. On our channel, people are free. So the same way I allow you to be free to express yourself, you must understand that me too, I have a right to express myself. So today is me interviewing myself. So I've been bringing people here every day, but me today I interview myself. So I don't like. I like when Nnamdi says, when Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says, today we are going. No, let me try to get it well. Anyị ga-agbasa oziọma Chukwu Okike abịama n'ụbọchị nke taa. And we will decimate Asurok. We have actually decimated Asurok. Because all the Janjaweed and all the Janjaweed people in Asurok, we have finished them. You know, I like when he says that. I like when he says it talks with a lot of charisma, you know, and that's what a lot of people who are in this struggle cannot boast of. You know, it's important that people understand we are all gifted in several ways. Some of us, we are gifted in writing. Some of us, we are gifted in coming up with ideologies. Some of us, we are gifted in knowing where and where to go. But some of us, like Nnamdi Kanu, we are gifted with the power of oratory. You hear when Obama talks. When Obama talks, everybody listens. Obama can talk for 4 hours when he was president and people will listen. Obama was not perfect too. But when it comes to that one, you respect him. See, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talks, he holds people spellbound. And people who have that kind of character, they can communicate easily. What we're hoping will happen is that sometime down the road, all the people who are engaged in this struggle for freedom, it doesn't matter whether you believe in the Biafran, whether you believe and you call it Biafra, or whether you call it some other name, but I've come to find out that somewhere along the line, we all have a common goal: freedom, liberation of our people. So we're looking forward to a time when all our agitation, all our strength, all our ideas, all our ideologies can be fused together. Because as long as we are not together, the enemy, and we know that we have a common enemy, the enemy always gets the better side of us. Now let me zoom into why I really wanted to speak today. When Nnamdi Kanu speaks, it's not from me. Or don't go and say that Chidi is accusing him wrongly. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tells you that he does not give a damn, that he insults people. And he says that he insults even elders. So I don't care who you are, I will insult you. And he goes ahead, you know, he'll ask a question and he'll answer it. He said the reason he insults elders is that if you earn his respect, he will respect you. But if you do not earn his respect, he will decimate you with insults. That is him. I wish he could tone down on the insult. But then I sat down and I asked myself, why is this man like this? Why is Nnamdi Kanu insulting people? Or let's analyze, what is this thing that comes out as insult? And I figured this is somebody who has lived a life, and I said this some time ago. This is somebody who has lived a life that He has heard stories about his uncles and his aunties and his village and so many villages and his people killed, maimed, starved. And whenever I start talking like this, some people feel very uncomfortable. You can feel uncomfortable all you like. Some people even say, Chidi, you're tribalistic. You can feel that all you like. I don't bloody care. Anytime I need to come and take an excuse, anytime I have to take an excuse from you to express that I'm an Igbo man, then that day you should go and check my brain. I cannot take an excuse from you to express my feelings or to tell you that I'm an Igbo man. No, I can never, I can never try to justify that I believe in the Biafran struggle. No, I can never do that. And it doesn't stop me from my affiliation with my friends, with my colleagues, with my fellow comrades. No, but this is who I am. So Nnamdi Kanu is a young man who has. So when I talk about Biafra, when I talk about this, the civil war, when I talk about people who were starved, when I talk about people who died of kwashiorkor, and when I talk about how the Biafrans were given only 25, was it 20 or 25 pounds to continue their life. When I talk about that, I don't owe anybody any apologies. These are the truth, and this is where Nnamdi Kanu is coming from. But let me tell you the one that when I think about it, it makes me think less about the insult. Remember, I need to, put a caveat here. I've told you, I wish Nnamdi Kanu toned down on his words. Okay? But when I think of other things, it makes me think less about the insults. And you're like, Chidi, tell us. I imagine for a moment that I'm Nnamdi Kanu. I imagine that for a moment I'm inside that room. I imagine that my friends who were talking with me a few minutes before now, this moment when I'm sitting down in that room on my bed, I imagine that those people were killed outside my house. I imagine that I am there hearing my dog barking until the point where I hear some gunshots and my dog just goes and I hear my dog die. I imagine my comrades screaming as they are being gunned down by Nigerian army soldiers just outside my house. And I imagine that these people, these my friends, these my comrades, they don't have a gun on them. I imagine that I'm sitting there in that room, my parents are in the same house, hearing not just gunshots, but the kind of firepower that can only come from armored tanks. And we saw it. The reason I can talk like this is not just because Nnamdi Kanu said it, but it was being streamed live. The video is there. You go and check, and you will see the kind of firepower that was unleashed in a house. That we didn't believe that anybody would come out of it. But going by the story that Nnamdi Kanu recounted, imagine that he's sitting there and some of his comrades, instead of giving away where he was, they were distracting the military and they were getting killed as they refused to say where he was. While some other ones were behind his house with a long, very high fence. A lot of you don't know this story. A lot of you don't know how Nnamdi Kanu escaped that attack on his house. Excuse me. But while all that was happening in front of the house, some of his men were behind. They pushed him up that high wall in their house with security fencing over it. and they push him over. He lands on the other side with a broken rib, and then goes ahead to be helped by some other of his comrades. They use a boat to try to escape, and in the coming weeks and months he has to travel from one country to the other using boats, and with his already infected wound. Remember, he broke a rib. And this is how they moved under darkness to Benin, to Togo, to this country and that country, until finally, I think he came to Ghana. I don't remember the story vividly. Because I'm trying to enter inside the mind of this person who is talking like this. And so he barely survives that attack. Not because he is strong, not because he is wise, not because he is anything else, but just because of God's grace. He should have been a dead man. So this is somebody who owes his life. That's who is so grateful to God for saving his life. Who just looks and says, God, I owe my life to you, because it's just you that saved me. It's not because of my own making. And every time he remembers that night, he remembers the people that were killed, who laid their lives for him to be safe. So when Nnamdi Kanu is telling somebody that you're stupid, when he's telling somebody that you're a fool, it's really getting to me. When he is looking at somebody who has signed a contract, somebody who has actually issued guns for people in the Southwest to be killed, when he looks at that person and he says, you're a moron, you're a fool, you're an idiot, you're a bastard. Anytime he mentions one of those words, his head, his eyes is full with the picture of his men who were killed. You think he doesn't see that? Okay, if you don't understand that, well, understand that this same person, out of this whole thing, as he's trying to recover, his father dies as a result of that same incident. And why is he even involved in this whole incident? He's involved in this thing because he seeks to defend the rights of his people. And he looks around, and the same people he's fighting for, they are the ones insulting him. They are the ones going live and saying things and calling him a criminal. And so how do you expect him to... If you were the person, how would you talk? The reason I'm doing this video is to make you understand that sometimes you need to look beyond just what somebody is saying. Some of you refuse to listen to the things Nnamdi Kanu says because you can't handle his language, because you can't handle the way, the manner, the style. The funny thing is, you can't even see. I'm not with Nnamdi Kanu every day. I don't speak with him every day. I've never given him advice. But I want to see you that is talking. I want to see you go and sit beside Nnamdi Kanu and tell him that, Dike, I know you lost your father. I know you sacrificed, not you, but I know your father has been sacrificed for this mission. I know your dear mother, I know your very dear mother that you love so much is dead because of this mission, because of this project. But I want to tell you, I don't like the way you call people idiots. I want to see you. I want to see you go and sit down by him and tell him this. So it's not just enough for you to come online and just texting. You see, why I get frustrated sometimes, because I know for me, I don't know about you, I have paid my dues and continue to pay my dues for the liberation of my people, whether they are in Biafra land, whether the whole entrapment, because that's what it is. The geographical location called Nigeria, the people inside it, the citizens, have had a very, very unfair deal from the leadership. And so I am so concerned about everybody, whether you're Jukum, whether you're Thief, whether you're Doma, that is existing inside that entrapment called Nigeria. But I am also particularly concerned about my Biafran people. And it doesn't matter what you call me, it doesn't matter how you abuse me. That's why I can still relate with you now. That's why you start by calling me saboteur, idiot. This one on my channel, meanwhile you're on my channel, you're calling me all those names. And then but we keep encouraging you to stay. And after a couple of shows, after a couple of videos, you come back and you call me on WhatsApp and you say, Bro Chidi, I just called to thank you. You're doing a great job. Now I understand what you're doing. If I had given up on you because you called me bastard initially, if I had given up on you because you called me stupid names, I wouldn't be talking with you now. But I have to have a large heart. There's one lesson I will never forget from Omoyele Sowore, who you know I respect so much, who is my leader in the struggle. Omoyele Sowore told me at the time when I was complaining about, how people were reacting to something that was posted, and the kind of abuses I was getting. He just said, Chidi, let me tell you, do you know me? I publish Sahara Reporters. Chidi, do you know how many people that we abuse? Do you know how many people we expose their secrets? Do you think they are happy with us? Don't you know they have families? Don't you know that? But we have to do our job. These people are not happy with me. So he said, Chidi, if you're in this business and you put things out there that make people uncomfortable, you need to also acquire a very large heart to receive also these things when it comes to you. That is how life works. That taught me a very great lesson. So that makes me have a very, very large heart for anybody who comes with their own different shapes and sizes or whatever. Bring it on. I'm focused on doing my own thing. Sometimes we will understand. Sometimes we will not understand. Sometimes we will dine together. We will jollificate. We'll be happy. Some other times we'll be at each other's throats. But as long as we are focused and committed to the struggle, whatever you know that will make it work, call me bastard, mother, whatever you want, call me. But remain faithful to the struggle. If that is what will make us achieve what we want, go ahead. When we achieve it, no problem. About us, I go on my. So back to Nnamdi Kanu. After he has lost his brothers, sisters, people that went to defend him, people that he said, let us go and march against these people, people that took his order and they were going to do something based on what they've heard him say, and those guys were gone down. Do you know the kind of memory? Do you know the kind of pressure? Do you know the kind of weight he has in his head when he is talking? Do you think when Nnamdi Kanu is talking, do you think he woke up and he just started talking? Do you think when he's saying things, I don't know why people, and I don't know why I'm defending, he didn't put me up to this, and I'm not saying this to buy any favors from anybody. If you know me very well, you know that's not me. But that's how I see things. That's why I give people a chance, and I will keep on inviting as many people as possible, because I'm interested in hearing the man or the woman talk. I'm interested in feeling you. When I listen to people, I listen to their heart talking, not their mouth talking. So when you hear someone like him wake up, he doesn't just wake up and say, let's just go and do this broadcast self. What will I talk? No. This person sleeps with nightmares. This person has to deal for the rest of his life with a question of, did I make a mistake? Did my mother die because of something I did wrong? Did my father die because of something I did wrong? Did all of these people that died, did they die because of me? Is this something I did wrong? Then I imagine that he will be depressed. He will feel like, hey, what did I do? And he has to search. He will have to search. He will have to go back. He will have to close his eyes and say, why am I doing this? Why did all this start? Why did I go back home? Why did I tell these people to go ahead? What convictions did I have? He will have to go back. He will have to go and read. You see that he reads. He will have to go and research. He will have to read the history of his people. He will have to read the parts that each key player played in the war. He will have to read. He would have to read. And when he has read and when he has researched, somewhere along the line, the light will shine on the course that he has undertaken. And he will be energized. And he will find conviction. And that's why he will stand and talk to you. And he will not be crying about his dead parents. Otherwise, by now, this man will be completely finished. I don't know how many men will lose their mother and father for a struggle and still come out and be shouting about that struggle. There must be something that has... Do you understand? The reason why I am talking the way I'm talking, don't you think that there is something that is... Don't you... You must know now, it's not a joke. I'm not just doing a YouTube blog. Some people come and they tell me, if I were to take myself serious, I will not be doing this thing I'm doing. Let me just tell you, no. Some people say, Dr. Chidi, how about when they call you doctor? Come on now, you have doctorates. Respect yourself. Now, you cannot be coming and doing this kind of thing. I will just wear a suit and talk in a very, very dignified manner. That's what I'll do. So I will come and display the fact that I have a master's degree in architecture. I'll come and display the fact that I was the past governor of Enugu State, His Excellency Ijebego. Chidi Bumemba, Bumemba, see, take it back. I will come and display all of those things. I will come and display that I live in Canada. I will go and I don't drink, but I can go and stay in a sports car or show you my cars or show you my house. But there is something that gives me the conviction to know that this is it. Wearing my beret, wearing something that shows that we are in a struggle, and coming out and focusing on the struggle. That is what pays me now. That is what inspires me. That's what I'm concerned about. Right now, I am concerned about everybody. The thing that really breaks my heart is to see the lack of cooperation amongst people who are agitating for the collapse of the structure in Nigeria right now. Don't you know it is dangerous? Don't you know, if I was so concerned about my Chidi, you belong to the what is it? I don't even know. You belong to the Ontario Association of Architects. Or Chidi, you are a member of the Royal Institute of Canadian Architects. If I cared about that, you think I'll be doing this? No. So when you hear people talk a certain way, when you hear people use certain languages, you need to go beyond what you're seeing. You need to go beyond what you're hearing. You need to hear more than what you are hearing. That's the way that, in fact, maybe you need to be a little bit more spiritual. Because when you're a little bit more spiritual, you hear more than what is said, and you see more than what is being shown to you. That's the way to live life. That's the way that you should live life. And so, like I said before, I don't subscribe to Nnamdi Kanu's abusive language on some people. But when I think seriously about where do you see, before they say from the abundant, I'm a pastor too, just in case you don't know. So when you see doctor, it's Reverend Dr. Chidi. The Bible says that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. When somebody, before somebody opens their mouth and they speak, you need to understand from where that voice is originating. Can you imagine a heart that is boiling? Can you imagine a heart? Have you go and do research and see how the inside of a volcano, or go and read and research of what the core of the earth, the magma, how it feels, what it looks like. Or if you are the spiritual type, a description of hellfire. Or the sun, what the sun looks like. That is how sometimes the heart, the situation, the foundation, the location from which the words that you hear some people speak sometimes, that's where it's coming from. It's like sometimes when you're going to throw up, when you're going to vomit, and you feel the thing coming, and it's coming, and it's coming, and you're holding back, and all of a sudden it just comes. Before it happens, sometimes you hear your tummy rumbling, like when you're hungry. It's rumbling. So sometimes when these people want to talk, they are thinking of the things that is happening to them. You're asking the person to be polite. You're asking the person to be diplomatic. I was speaking with someone and said, Chidi, I watched your program and you were telling the person to say the truth. Say it like it is. Chidi, you have to understand. It's not everything that you can say on air. You have to be diplomatic. You have to be true. I said, that's my problem. I don't know how to be diplomatic. He said, okay, Chidi, let me ask you. Are you a politician or are you an activist? Because I saw you going to campaign in Enugu State as governorship candidate. I said, I am not a politician. That's why I don't know how to be diplomatic. We are not politicians. He said, but you went to... I said, Nelson Mandela, will you call him a politician? Malcolm X, will you call him a politician? Will you call all these people politicians? No. We are activists that we want to change things. We want to fight for the rights of our people. When we started, I didn't go to Nigeria as a member of African Action Congress. No. I went to Nigeria as a member of the Take It Back movement. We already started agitating against the government of Nigeria. Omoyele Sowore was going all over the place campaigning and, oh no, these guys, enough is enough. And they told us, hey, oh boy, if you dey go to Nigeria to talk and you say you're a movement, nobody will listen to you. It is political time. Oh, the only people that are talking and they are listening to is the politicians. So we say, okay, oh yeah, Omoyele Sowore, let's go, let's find a political party, let's put you so you become their presidential candidate, and from that platform we can talk. When we went back there, we saw that none of the political parties was good enough. They were all rotten. APC, PDP, whatever, they are all one and the same thing. People jumping like monkeys from here to here. They are here today, tomorrow they are here, they come back. Nonsense. Even the newly formed ones, we tried to join them. We found when they opened their books, we saw that they were all rotten and smelling. With how many weeks to election, we just decided, some very smart people like Malcolm Fabi and a lot of other people, they put their heads together, and the Otunuga, and even our brother who turned against everybody, Leonard Nzenwa, they all worked very hard, and they got us the African Action Congress. That was just God, like a miracle. And when we now had the political party, from trying to put one person as presidential candidate, now we had so many offices that we had to fill up. Now we had the ability to provide 36 state governorship candidates. That's how yours sincerely became governorship candidate of Enugu State. So now you see, I didn't pack my bag and say, oh, I'm interested in Nigerian policies, let me go there and run. That's how we now started. We didn't even have enough because we're just activists. They say money. We didn't have money. We were just asking ourselves. Our whole operation was funded from GoFundMe and people donating to our local banks. No money back. They brought their money. We tell them to hell with their money. How did I even digress? So you really have to understand, when these people are being attacked by somebody like Nnamdi Kanu, even Omoyele Sowore himself, why you see me oscillate between Nnamdi Kanu and Omoyele Sowore? Because these are two people that I have studied, and I have seen that, honestly, I admire the way they go about their business. These are people who are like stallions. Have you seen a stallion? A stallion is the choice horse for warfare. Because a stallion, when he breeds war, you see it charge. It charges into war, staring at a spear that is coming for it, and it is not harassed. It is not afraid. It runs straight into the enemy, and it is not afraid of the war. That is how these men charge at their enemy. Did you see Nnamdi Kanu in the court? Right inside the court in Nigeria, he was still challenging the president of that country. Only a madman would do that kind of a thing. So when you also enjoy his madness on the side of attacking the government, why will you not tolerate his madness on the side of trying to defend his people? Omoyele Sowore was in Nigeria, right in the glare of everybody. He said revolution now, revolution now. They didn't hear him. He talked on the radio, they didn't hear. He talked on the TV, he talked on posters, flyers. He said, let's go to the street. He brought his can. He was writing it on the wall, because he needed them to see that I am serious. So I remember that time. If you call Sowore and say, hey bros, it's late now, I'm sure time in Nigeria is like 1 a.m. Let me leave you to rest. He said, oh no, Chidio, better talk, say whatever you want to say. This may be the last time you're talking to me. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying to you. Sowore will say something like that. He said, better talk to me. The next time you call this phone, it may be in the hands of DSS. He knew they were coming for him. He knew. Did you see them trying to literally kill him in court? So people like this, I don't know how, before you begin to harass people like that, before you begin to just throw away the whole thing they are saying because Nnamdi Kanu said this man is an old fool. No, no, no. Because he called a man old fool, I'm done with him. I don't want to hear anything Nnamdi Kanu again. You are not Nnamdi Kanu. The one that even I cannot fathom, the one I cannot understand is that you're a follower of Nnamdi Kanu. You believe in what he is saying. But I see you cursing other people. I see you using words that Nnamdi Kanu. I remember they asked Nnamdi Kanu, I think it was Shore that asked him, your followers are doing all of these things. What do you think? Nnamdi Kanu said, yes, I think I am to blame. They probably watch me, they listen to me. But let me ask you, you have not gone through what Nnamdi Kanu went through now. You just want to, you want to be recognized. You're, guy, you never reach now. Yeah, you understand? Make we just stay for your level first of all. You understand? Mm. Yeah, you're calling me Janja. Do you know the meaning of Janja? Leave me alone. Oh. I don't know the meaning of Janjaweed. Do you know the meaning of Janjaweed? Why have you asked the person using Janjaweed why he's using Janjaweed? You say Chidi or Janjaweed. Just because so that they will just, I don't know. Small time you start calling yourself. What I don't want to. I don't even know. You see, some of you just emulate something. You just copy something and copy somebody, just for the sake of copying. No, now you have not even done what the person has done. Why is it that you're just copying the person's words? Have you done what they are doing? Have you challenged anybody? Fulani headsmen are in your village. What are you doing? Just come on, you see them pass every day. Just use your. If I'm not telling you to go and use your phone and film Fulani headsmen carrying a machine gun, or they will shoot you. But I'm trying to say, what have you done? You have not even done anything. You know where your vigilante group in your village is. How much have you contributed to them? The vigilante group in your village, do you contribute money to them? Your village town union, do you contribute money to them? When they were sending money for palliative, how much did you send? What did you do? That today you come, have you written like all the people that can write? You have people come and they'll tell you, they'll show us big something that they've written, big volumes of book that they've written concerning the struggle, concerning how it will work, concerning the election, concerning how the everybody will be separate government, Ijo, Ishan, everybody. Which Isoko, how everybody will be on their own. Blah. Have you written anything? Have you even gone to read it? Do you know the history of your village? What is your own, Kwano? That is, by what are you using to do your own thing that you just come and just begin to just start from the top? You don't even want to start from bottom to up. You just start from top. You just start cursing people. Why? Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, supreme leader, is cursing people. Leave him alone. Just leave him alone. The man, he is mad with anger. Just stay away. That's my advice to you. The most you can do is try to put yourself in the man's shoes. Try to empathize with his situation. I'm not asking you to sympathize with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because I don't think that's the kind of thing he wants. Guys, I know a lot of you wanted to call the other day, so I'm gonna give opportunity for people to call. I'm gonna give you only 1 minute, and I'm serious. 1 minute. If you want to speak more than 1 minute, I'm gonna cut the call. You can call 647 +1. Make sure you put +1 +1 647 989 2837. You can say anything you want, but focus on the struggle, what you think we can do to move. In fact, what I want to hear is what you think we can do to move forward. The struggle is real. What we're going through is real. I just read a report about, I don't know how true it is, but the report is talking about people who, the invasion of our land, and how many communities have been occupied by Fulani herdsmen and people who are even from outside Nigeria. So the insecurity in our land is for real, okay, and the struggle is real. So if you're gonna call, don't call and abuse anybody. Just tell me how you feel. If somebody is upsetting you, if somebody is making you angry, say, okay, this is what this person is doing. This is what you don't like. This is how you think it should be done. This is a time for solution. I don't want you to keep reminding me of what went and what didn't go. Okay. If you start going beyond the time that's allotted to you, I'm going to cut it. If we all spend 1 minute, is a long time, so we can get it done in 1 minute. Hello, tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, good morning. I'm calling from USA in Delaware. I'm calling from Delaware, USA.
Tell us your name, please.
My name is Ugochi.
Okay, Ugochi,
Please,
go ahead.
I just have one question.
Ugochi, you're not loud, though. I don't know why you're not loud.
Uh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. My question is, Chidi is a very close friend of Shawore.
Yeah.
And Shawore has been...
Ugochi, you're not. You're going down. You're going down. It's just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. So my question is, can they advise Shawore to forget about this Nigerian thing is not working? Let you focus on Oduduwa. If Oduduwa is doing what Biafra is doing, these people cannot contain it. And all they will do is to disarm themselves and go back to their place.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
That's my advice and my question.
Okay. Thank you very much. Go ahead. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, Chidambi. I'm enjoying your program right now. This is Messi Daniel calling from London. There's one thing I want to say anyway. I have to be quick, like you said. There's notion I want to point out. The word IPOB, really, everybody knew that it means Indigenous People of Biafra. IPOB is not an organization, and it will never be. I don't know why our people, don't understand this. Even Magnus Oraka on the other program think it's an organization. It is not an organization. It's indigenous people, the native people. Those people that are in group or doing things and IPOB, they are active indigenous people. Let us understand this. There are people that are dormant, indigenous people that are dormant. They don't want to be active in the group. The active ones, which our leader Mazen Nandekalo is leading, they are all active Biafrans. Those people that are Biafrans that didn't that refuse to be active in the group, that the people of IPOB, they are indigenous people of Biafra. I just want to put it straight so that people can understand it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Go ahead. Tell us your name and where you're calling from, please. Hello. Okay. The lady said to tell Shore to only talk about Oduduwa. Well, like I said, you need to understand where these people are coming from. I don't think you should worry you shouldn't worry yourself about what they believe, what their ideology is. You have to first of all walk in their shoes and know where they're coming from before you can advise them on what to do. Guys, please, I will only take calls that are on the direct line. I will not take WhatsApp calls because WhatsApp calls, once you start talking, um, the thing will cut off. I don't want to go through that. Sorry. Okay, tell us your name and where you're calling from, please.
Sure, good afternoon from here.
Good afternoon. From where?
Thank you very much, my brother. My name is Igwe.
Where?
I'm calling from London.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, Gochukwu. Well done, my brother.
Yes, Chede, I enjoy your program so much. Thank you for your good job. Quick one. Chede, just like as we said, if after the war, right, and everybody ran on the table and said, we are sorry for what happened, for the genocide they committed. We will never see somebody like Nnamdi Kanu. We will never see him.
Yeah.
And Nigeria knows. If after the war, and they say, okay, go and call everybody and call international community and say, we have made a mistake.
Yeah.
This we shouldn't have happened. And, everybody go there, forget about hate speech and other things that the Fulani hate against the Igbo. We never see Nnamdi Kanu. But let me tell you something. The reason why you see Nnamdi Kanu is this. Upon everything method against our people. You just know, this, we know this, but we just try to respect everybody. But look at this way. Our people will travel all the way back to East, Christmas time, to celebrate Christmas. On their way coming back to Lagos, their shop will be looted or burned. All these things, if all these things is not happening, we will never see Nnamdi Kanu. You understand? So we know, Nigeria knows, everybody knows, but sometimes we try. But let me go off the phone. Do you know that upon every video that the international community see what happened in Nnamdi Kanu's house, I am sorry to mention them. Do you know Nigerian people, more especially my Yoruba brothers, they see Nnamdi Kanu run away. They run away, come back to Nigeria now, come back. Upon all these things, it's more than 20. You know how many people that died here? That is why Nnamdi Kanu is talking the way he's talking.
All right.
Nnamdi Kanu has a very big wound.
All right.
All these things method against him.
All right, my brother. Remember, we agreed now. We agreed.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That is why you see our leader talking the way he's talking.
Thank you.
So people should...
Hello. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Chukwudi, calling from Florence, Italy.
Okay, hold on, Chukwudi, before you go on. I just want to address the last caller. I will not tolerate. I have just spoken about Nnamdi Kanu. That's Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody, whenever you come here to talk and you say, especially Yoruba, especially Igbo, especially Hausa, just like if I hear somebody say, all Igbo people are mad, are stupid, I don't like it. And so, please, if you would do me a favor when you call, if you want to talk about a particular person, if you want to say this newspaper or that newspaper or this person said, call the name. But I wish the last caller, when he says, I don't want to call names, and he ended up saying, especially my Yoruba people, you just messed up everything. If you had said, I want to call a name, this particular channel's TV did not feature it, then we will know what you're talking about. This is just a word of advice.
Right.
Go ahead, talk.
I know that. I guess it's very correct because I understand our problem. Our problem is always the discrimination, condemning. Instead of facing the word, the problem at hand, they will keep condemning all of that. Me, personally, there was a time, even I wasn't Nnamdi Kanu's fan before because he do, he abuse people and all of that, and that because it's anti-abuse.
Okay.
That this time I begin to come closer to him because I happen to understand that Nigeria as a country is nowhere to be found any longer. So that's all. So
thank you.
If you want me to contribute, I have things to say now.
No, I have other people. Okay, go ahead. Just make it quick because once another call.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Like what I want to say is this: we, the Nigerians, let's call ourselves Nigerians for now.
Yeah.
Me as a person, I'm completely fed up of answering one Nigeria because before I was a promo of one Nigeria, but today I'm not one of them again because things are going the way not supposed to go. And my advice is this: if really we know what we're fighting for, we want to have a Biafran land, our duty is to stop condemning or calling names, like you just said.
Okay, let me.
And focus on what we are for.
All right,
Because,
my brother. Let me take another call. It's more than 1 minute.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Please, the best way to call is before you call, make sure don't just call because you have the number. Make sure you know what you want to contribute. And we are all listening. Reminding me of what I said. Everybody has been listening. We all know what the issue is. Just say, Dr. Chidi, what I want to say is that it is important that this happen. Or Dr. Chidi, don't you think that if this happens? Or Dr. Chidi, I want to comment on this guy that you brought in the other day. This is what I have to say. It will help us. Go ahead. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, Judy. Good morning. It's Chris. I'm your regular listener.
Thank you so much, Chris. You're calling from...
from Boston.
Okay, go ahead. Chris from Boston. Yes. We just want our people to know where we are calling from and our names. Go ahead.
Okay, good. It took you almost about 40 minutes by my watch for you to just give us a download. Your analysis this morning was pretty good. And I hope that we help to educate most of us.
A little bit louder.
Okay. I said I hope your analysis this morning will help to educate most of us, myself included, on the reason why, sometimes, most of the times, our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, chose the kind of words and why he speaks the way he speaks. And it's based on his experience, as you rightly analyzed this morning. But my take this morning is I hope myself and every other person that is concerned of what this man is trying to agitate about, that will come and become reasonable and never mind him or judge him by the way he speaks to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope we can just... be in a mindset where we can, see, be reasonable. Help him. We pray for him because what he's gone through, none of us has ever gone through. Nobody. Most people
That's
have
right.
not even gone into prison for one day. You know what I'm saying? Or you lose your parents in a struggle like this. So we should not ever expect him, to be kind in his words, in speaking to us. And he's agitating again because of what he sees amongst his relatives. Exactly, because most of us are gullible about something we do not see that is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So we are all circled. So we should be talking about how we can be able to get ourselves liberated with one voice, one mind, and one people.
Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Cordelia and I'm calling from London.
Okay, Cordelia, please speak up a little bit louder.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Chidi. I'm always excited when I see you on the line. You're doing a good job. Concerning Nnamdi Kanu, I'm over 70, so let me address him like this. It's my son born by another woman. Let us not even think the way he's talking. Nnamdi Kanu has been speaking this way even before the army invaded the home, the father's compound. It's somebody that has compassion for his people. He's not a hungry man. He's made already. He's passionate about his people. And, for me, I never used to listen to Nnamdi Kanu, when he started Biafran. But thank you when I not put my ear down. And most of the things that even at my age that I did not know about Biafran, about the Igbos. How come it's only one seaport in the whole of Nigeria? And the people from the southeast will come and clear their loads in Lagos, and they use trailer to carry it. Let us be frank to ourselves. This is unfair. I am an Agbo. I'm from Agbo. The only thing I will have to tell my is that if you want to address the other people from the region, apart from the Igbo, you should be kind to them because most of them are lost. Even my junior brother that is over 70, when I call and say, if they do referendum, who will you choose? He said, want to with Igbo. I say, eh? Who want to deal with Igbo? I say, well, he said they will sell you. I say, look at you. I say, instead of you to follow a foolish person and to follow a wise person, choose. Because that one I see, Onye Sobeze or Lamilioma, I traded with the Igbos, and they cannot cheat me because I learned from them. My mother learned from them. It's only when you want to be cheated, you want to remain a fool. But a wise person will open their eyes and see how these people are making their money.
But let me.
Learn from them.
Sorry, my sister.
I am so passionate.
Sorry, my.
Angry.
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Sorry, I'm cutting you short.
You, my son.
Sorry, I'm cutting you short, Mama. You spoke. Can you speak Abo for me? Can you greet me in Abo?
Yes,
Kezi fi na asu. Mwa kezi hi na asu. Mwa kezi asu na asu.
You dey hear now? I was born at Onitsha as well. Onya agbo kenwo, ndi agbola no no ni, onya agbo kenwo.
Di agbo na asu Igbo.
Ona atule ndi Igbo awa Kenya. Onye so meze ora ni oma. Thank you.
I know.
Because I learned from them.
Thank
My mother has building in Lagos.
Thank you, Mama.
Now from trading, I learned from them. They can't cheat me.
Thank you.
Them, they could open eye.
Thank you.
And they could not die in darkness.
Thank you so much.
Okay, they can begin follow me now when you know nothing.
It's okay.
I'm worse than Nnamdi, and I'm angry. They're going to leave that man, no. They're going to leave him.
Thank you so much.
Speaking like that before his mama died. Before his papa died, now he don't talk like that. It's angry people have been cheated.
That's okay.
I beg make us go, Jerry. I'll be 70 plus. I'm angry. I'm angry. India will be. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I'm not saying we should not be discussing these things, but if you just look at the way they carry our money, they mess us up. I mean, just check now. See how. What kind of respect does somebody who will take our money, billions of dollars, what kind of respect do you really want from me? Go ahead, please turn us down on the other side, okay? Go ahead, tell us your name and where you're calling from, but you need to tune your device down so that when we start talking, it does not echo.
Okay. My name is Dina. I'm calling from Netherlands.
Oh, go ahead, my sister.
I'm hearing that everybody is talking about this Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB something. But one thing I understand about IPOB, hello?
I'm listening.
One thing I understand about IPOB is not only for Igbo-speaking people that IPOB belongs to.
Yes, it's
not
for
everybody.
No. Yeah.
Because this rain that coming is going to beat everybody. So all this idea of IPOB is for only Igbo, you can speak Igbo, you cannot speak Igbo. Because when the outside is coming, or when the Janjaweed is coming, you don't need the introduction. Are you Igbo? Are you Okwale? Are you Isha? You don't ask anybody that one before they start doing their killing.
Yes, so. Yes.
So it's for everybody. Everybody has to wake up. Everybody has to rise up. All this accusation of Amiibo is for the beginning of Igbo, and the people will confuse. When they are saying so, people will confuse. So that is what I want to contribute also.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. Let me make one thing very, very clear. I'm not an officer of IPOB, but based on what IPOB has put out there, they stand for Indigenous People of Biafra. And if you have followed what Nnamdi Kanu has described, they even have a map that delineates the area that they represent as the Biafran region, the proposed Biafran region. Now, that is what IPOB believes in. That is IPOB's map. IPOB, I've not heard them, unless it's a new one, I've not heard them claim that it's an all Igbo thing. Go ahead, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, Dr. Shed. Good morning. My name is Vincent.
Go ahead, Vincent.
Okay.
You're calling from California?
From California, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to first of all thank you for what you're doing. And it is correctly. But I want to be quick in making this suggestion.
Okay.
So, first of all, I wonder how a man who cannot keep up with someone who is working in front of him, what is he going to do if the man suddenly joins his horse and they ride up, So, the point I'm making is that in Africa, I have a country that achieved their freedom from any other part of the state without struggle. Nnamdi is doing a great job. He's more historian than freedom fighter. Nnamdi way of fighting or fighting the certain people. He sees his own way. That is not freedom fight. So my suggestion is that anytime Nnamdi is ready, he will present people with his template that he wants to. This includes real struggle. Every struggle is come through arms. If a man who is not ready to fight, then people will not fight on his behalf, and most times people fight for their own interest. So, Fulani or wherever he's going to continue to move towards the east or the south until there's a countermeasure. So they're not coming with chocolate. They're coming with plans. So what is our plan? We don't have plan. Then we're talking on the radio. But I think that the Kanu is one of the popular radio shows here in America. There's Rush Limbaugh. He talks about politics and everything. But then the lawmaker will go to parliament and they make their policy and implement it.
Okay. So, I give everybody 1 minute. One question I have for you, just a question I want to throw back to you. What have you done about this struggle? What kind of thing have you done? I want to know your contribution to the struggle.
Well, I believe that security is local. I believe in talking to people in my local community.
Huh? No, I can't hear you. I don't know what's wrong with your connection.
I said that security is local. I talk to people in my local community.
And you said that security is what?
Everything is local.
Everything is local.
Security is local.
I don't understand.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. I talk to people in my village because security is local.
You talk to them.
We don't have. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So your.
Traditional rulers.
Okay. So your contribution is.
The people are there.
So your contribution is that you've been talking.
My contribution, we are planning how to protect my own community, my own local community.
Okay.
We don't have any national plan yet.
Okay. Let me take another call, okay? Thank you. You see, that's the thing I keep talking about. Someone just gets up and he says, Nnamdi Kanu doesn't have a plan. You say somebody like Tony Nnadi is a fool. You say somebody like Asari Dokubo is a madman. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You say somebody like Magnus Oraka, that man is a drunkard. It's just nonsense. You say Omoyele, that one is a Yoruba man. That one is just go and sit down. He's being used by the government. You talk about this other person. That is detestful to me. You see, this man, I don't know what gives us the confidence to be able to talk like this. I don't understand it. I don't know. This man, you just come up and you say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't have a plan. Just like that too. And I ask you, what have you done for this struggle? I expected him to say, Dr. Chidi, if you like, I will send you where I have sat down and drafted and constructed and done this and done this. I started a group in my village. They are the local vigilante. I have empowered them. He said, I have been talking to my people. I talk to my people. I talk to my chief. I talk to them because we don't have a plan. And yet, you look at somebody who have, that's our problem. Without even defending IPOB, without defending Nnamdi Kanu, it is not right for the last caller to just get up and say Nnamdi Kanu doesn't know what he's doing. That's not good. But it's okay. Now you get your mouth. After Nnamdi Kanu will also get up and use his languages the way he wants to use his language. But let us always be ready to defend our language, because if Nnamdi Kanu says this person is a Janjaweed, they cannot do anything. The next thing he will say, we have done this, we have done this, we have resisted them, we have done this. He will show you things that he has done. Based on all of this, that's why I'm saying this. You come and you say your own. And I just wanted to give him I wanted to give him a little room to advertise what he has done, to show us the way. And when I now ask you, you don't, because if you have done something, you don't need to think. You just tell us what you have done. If you ask me what I have done, I will give you history from when I became the president of Enugu State Association in Canada. I will just give you a catalog of things I have done, how I have served my community. But you don't just get up, you have not done anything. So you should be busy. Instead of being online and trying to see who to attack, you should be busy doing something. Go and do something first now. Go and do something first before you can come and belong. You hear that the mama that spoke from Abo? You see, she gave a proverb. Her proverb says, if you serve the king, you will get the king's reward. Something like that. But my own people, my own dialect will say, no wata markweka usoro ogere ya rie nri. If a child washes his hands well, he will follow elders to eat. When elders are talking, make yourself go and get, when men are talking, men that have scars of war all over them, people we don't get marked. See this one, now 1925. See this one. This was when we went the other way. See this one. See my bank account. See my house. See my car. See my marriage. See my husband. See my wife. If Omo election, ask him. He will show you right from school days. He will show you. It was attacked yesterday in the program. It's there on our channel. Go and check out what, when they asked him about Kanu, go and check out what he said about Nnamdi Kanu. That's a man talking like about another man. Do you understand what I'm saying now? That's an activist talking about another activist. Here, when Nnamdi Kanu talks about Omoele, here when they talk about each other. Even Tony Nnamdi, when Tony came here, Tony said Nnamdi is a criminal, Nnamdi did this now. But he will not tell you Nnamdi didn't do anything. You will still see that they are quarreling inside the things that he was doing. When he came for this meeting, when he came for that meeting, when he started this, when they were doing this, the things that they are doing, it's inside the things that they are doing and the things that it's inside the work that they are working for the struggle, that they are attacking each other and claiming or saying that they are annoyed inside. I don't even see the one you're doing, you're just talking. Please go ahead and tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello?
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 You are on.
Hello? Can you
Can
hear
you
me?
speak louder? Speak louder, we can hear you. Okay, oh, you guys were hearing him. Maybe that his phone. So please, you mustn't talk. You mustn't criticize people so that we will just feel like, no, no, no. If you don't have anything to say, just come and listen. When you come and listen to these people talking, when they finish talking, go and do. Just find something, get busy. This work, I like the guy that called me this morning. He was calling me from Japan. He said, nah, Chidi, this work, I like what you're doing because this work, I say, olo ekeli eke. Name and olo an ekeli eke. Well. That means, oh boy, say this work, they divide them. It's like a football game. Okay? It's not just about the captain. If you're just there blaming the captain, blaming your wing is leaking. Your wing is leaking. You are a right full back. Stay there. Man your wing. Say we sabi play football. You're there blaming goalkeeper. What about the defense? Wait, what are you people doing? What are you doing at defense? Waiting, you say this man they dribble, this man. Just defend your position. If everybody defend their position, the people that can talk like we were talking, the people that are doing, we are doing. The people that have money, they put money. The people that are doing covert operation, they are doing covert operation. The people that are afraid, they will be afraid and they are gossiping behind. But when you gossip the one that can help us. That's what we're saying. Everywhere where you did. Some people are fighting from the top. Some people are fighting from inside. All of us, they fight against the same people. When you hear the Nigerian government, you think it's you think it's big. It's not big, oh. Mbano. It's not big. It's a few people that are causing all this problem for us. Very few people. Mean, wicked people. But the judgment of God is upon them. It won't be forever. One of these days, God will finish this work that He's doing and we'll all have our freedom. I thank you for respecting what to say and what not to. Hello, go ahead, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, it was really the former caller, Chico, that called from Italy. I'm still paying attention on what people are saying. The basic fact is that, we are good in criticizing people. Anyway, the time of Ojukwu, maybe that was where I was born. And I'm not knowing about how Ojukwu, how he has fought or what he has done anyway. But within Nnamdi Kanu, with what I'm saying, he's a figure because he's here in Europe battling it. Because it's a figure. It's somebody that God has made to help Nigerians, that's to help the Biafrans.
You just said something. You say you were born in the time of Ojukwu, and you don't know you don't know about Ojukwu, Abi?
I don't know because I was born.
Can I advise you about something? That is no longer an excuse. There are books, there are videos. So what I'll advise you first of all, it will help you because you're not going to. Wait, listen.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Listen.
Go ahead.
It's not a good position to be in. Now you're going to talk about our people have a proverb. If you don't know where the rain started beating you, you cannot know where the rain stopped. So you need to go back and learn about Ojukwu. Trust me. By the time you learn about Ojukwu, you'll be able to talk about now. You cannot start talking about Nigeria. Once your opening statement says that you do not know about what happened with Ojukwu, you will not understand why Nnamdi is doing what he's doing.
That's right. When I say I don't know about Ojukwu, doesn't mean I don't know anything about him. I don't know so much about.
So you need to go again, my brother. And another call is coming in. With due respect, I love you. I'm talking out of love. Trust me. Go and learn more. about Ojukwu?
No, not like I don't know. When I say I don't know, doesn't mean I don't know. I mean I don't know much.
That's why you're stumbling. That's why you're stumbling the way you're stumbling, bros. I'm telling you, unless you don't trust me. I know you trust me, oh. I'm a doctor. I'm giving you advice. People pay for the advice I'm giving you. Sorry, let me take another caller, okay? Sorry. No, you talked before. I'm giving you free advice instead of taking it. You're arguing with me. Because I'm here talking for free. If I charge you as Dr. Chidi now for session, you go pay me. I'm telling you, go and read. Ignorance is not an excuse. If you must talk about something, you must go and read. If you're not ready to read, if you're not ready to know about the thing and become expert, then shut up your mouth. Period. You think everybody that is not calling is a fool? No. Some people are not calling because they are here to listen. Some people are not calling because sometimes it is better to listen than to talk. You mustn't talk. You mustn't be heard. No. There is a lot of information out there to be gathered. Nnamdi Kanu was born how many just before the war? How old was he during the war? But you hear him talk about the war because he read. It is reading. You have to read. Okay? So, if you have not read, if you do not know, there is no justification. We will not give you that permission to analyze and judge and pass judgment on the current one when you do not even know where this story. If you do not know, I'm a chief, so I have to talk with a lot of proverbs. Onye anọrọ ebe nile ozu na-ebido n'ụkwụ wee gbọba ozu. If you're not there when they bury the person, when they when they want to perform the ceremony of maybe exhuming somebody to transfer the dead body to somewhere or to perform some rites, they have to open the grave and bring out the body. A lot of you don't know about that what I'm talking now. But you have to start from the head. It is an abomination to start to dig the corpse from the leg side. So if you do not, that's why they have that proverb. If you are not there when they buried the person, you will go and start to open the grave from the foot, and that is an abomination. But what should you do when you are not there when they did the burial? Ask. The person that asked, they lost way. And I learned that when I'm driving with my wife before GPS came. I'll be driving around and around and around. I won't even know the address. But pride will not let me ask. This is a disease that men have. My wife will say, maybe let's ask somebody. I say, what do you mean? I've been here before now. I don't like. Please, let me focus on driving. After I have driven until I start sweating inside air condition, I'll say, okay, now wind down the glass and ask this person. As soon as she asks that person, they'll just tell us, it's just the other street now. You've been passing it. Go. So please ask and know. That was for the last caller. This person that is calling with WhatsApp, I'll answer you, but if another call come, it will cut you off. Tell me your name and where you're calling from, sir.
Okay, but my name is Victor Chika.
Okay, Victor.
I'm calling from Senegal.
Oh,
you see, I like the answer you gave to that man that just dropped. That man that you were asking him if he has read about Ojukwu.
Mm.
I love the answer you gave to him. Some people, they don't like reading. Mm-hmm. They don't like to go through history. Mm. You don't just call and start making some statements of what you know nothing about. Mm. Before you make a statement in such a way, you must have gone through the history and know that, be sure of what you're talking about, So some people will call, just like the other woman that called in the other day of your program. They have said that they just are not among the Biafran. I was the person that sent you that video.
Oh, okay.
To see that that John lady that was
yeah.
Woman, do you understand? So you have to go to history. You have to know. You have to be sincere and sure of what you are saying. Don't just come online publicly and start saying anyhow or start saying things that you know nothing about. That is worrisome. It's not good. It's not advisable. So my contribution there is this. I like the way you even cut him off because he wasn't making sense. You understand? He wasn't making sense. Our people should learn. Our people should supposed to. Even if you don't want to, maybe you don't have the knowledge or you don't understand English or you don't read or you cannot read. At least you go to an elderly person who knows about the history very well. Then he can narrate all these things to you, so that for you to be sure. Don't just come in the public and start saying whatever you like. It's not advisable.
It's true.
So
Thank you very much.
Keep it up, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so but one love, everybody. You just try to understand. Like I said before, our channel and our program, we're not here to make you happy. We're actually here to scatter your head and make you think. Okay, we are here to push you out of your comfort zone to a zone where you can think. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter whether all you do is type all hail Biafra, all hail Biafra from today till tomorrow. No, that's not what the struggle is all about. We want you to move from just typing all hail Biafra to really understand what the struggle is all about. It's not enough for you to just say you hate everybody that just says Nigeria. No. It is a time for you to understand when people say what they are saying. You need to read for your... Look, I like some of the people I've interviewed. I've been learning. You don't know when I'm talking to them, I learn. Oh, I don't know who talked about it. He said, listen, that we are smart people. Very, very intelligent people. Honestly speaking. He said that people, Biafrans, we are very, very intelligent. And I'm not saying that today. Remember, I'm focusing on my people today for this my broadcast. So don't just take anything that anybody tells you. You do your own research. Ask your own questions. Don't just do follow. No, we are not follow people. No, we are not. We are very, very egalitarian. We are very Republican in our thinking. We are very, very independent. If you tell us to jump up, we'll say why. If you say bow down for the king, you say why. King, Ibu eze no big, Muhammad eze no big. That's how the let me say Igbo people, because I'm Igbo. Please. Okay, go ahead. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, Dr. Chede.
Yeah.
My name is Chukwemeka, calling from London. Thank you very much for all you have been doing so far. So much I appreciate your effort. First of all, I want to tell my people how I started taking interest on our struggle, Biafran struggle. Whatever Nnamdi is saying is kicking in. That's the best language you understand so much. We are not being trained with please, hello, please, hi, please. We are being trained with those core words that will move you, even if you are sleeping. If you remember it, you keep your eyes awake.
The Janjaweed.
I'm telling you, that's the major way we are being trained. Let us not come out online and start pretending that we are being trained by, hey, please, thank you, hey, thank you. No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, whatever man is saying is kicking in. We are picking up the facts. I so much, even, I'm a graduate. I did my research in this country. I passed everything. I had the lowest plagiarism so far. More than I thought. What Nnamdi Kanu is doing, I'm picking more than facts. Even as I am now as a graduate, I will get myself, I can do a suicide mission for Biafra to come. So whatever Nnamdi Kanu is saying, we should deal with him, accept whatever, pick the facts. I started as online keyboard warrior, countering all those negative writers. Now I've joined IPOB, I'm paying my monthly dues because being keyboard warrior online will not really create an impact. I've started last month paying my monthly dues. So any of us listening, if you have not joined, or if you don't want to join, if you want to sponsor a vigilante, do it so that people will see what you're doing. Go and join IPOB, pay your monthly dues, contribute as much as you can to make sure you are helping the struggle, not coming online and saying who's abusing or not abusing. Whatever you're saying, the facts supersede whatever you're saying.
I was hearing myself saying things that was interesting to me, things that touched my heart, and I'm really grateful to God for giving me that privilege to be able to pour out my heart. You see, I think the reason why I can get by in life is God has given me the ability to be able to just pour myself out, just speak my mind, speak the truth as much as possible, and then let it all be. This person calling, I'm really going to have to end, because every time I say I want to end, somebody else will call. So, okay, I'm going to round up with this person. I promise. You will do me a favor and just speak for 1 minute, because I am going to round up with you. Tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Samuel. I'm calling from Benjo.
Okay.
Yes, I appreciate everything you have been doing. I've been following you online. Thank you very much. May God bless you. And there's one thing I want to contribute here about the Igbos. You understand? When I was young, my father, based on the propaganda and what they used to tell us, it make us to hate the Igbo. But when I grow up, I begin to follow, I begin to read history, and I know that the Igbos are they are lovely people. You understand? I'm from Edo. You understand? So what am I trying to say here? For example, if I'm a teenager, you told me that if I don't take, I won't kill, my father will kill me. Then now I've now grown up. That you tell me the same thing again. What I will do, I will grab you. You will have to tell me what killed my father. You understand? The kind of genocide they commit to the Igbos, nobody can take it on this earth. You understand? You don't believe the people who don't know the history, they don't know how far. Hardly before you see an Igbo man asking about the war, about the Biafra. You understand? Average Igbo man will tell you without going to school, without even reading the history. Then most of the West and the North, they don't know anything, because when war was going on in the East, people were going to party. In the West, you understand? In the North, people were going to school. Nothing was happening to them. Who would bear that? Who would accept that kind of evil? You understand? Killing children, 3,000 millions of children, you destroy them just for nothing saying. Then you tell them not to speak. Then you want to silence them. No matter, you cannot silence the Igbo. The more you are trying to silence them, the more they will be evaporating. When Jesus was going to Jerusalem, they told Jesus not to speak. Tell the disciples not to speak. But Jesus said, even though if I tell them not to speak, this stone on the ground will speak. No matter the way they try to silence the Igbo can never be silent.
Thank you.
So they must speak for their right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. That's a good way to end the show. Please make sure you subscribe. I'm warning you. This is my last warning. All of you who have not sacrificed, all of you who have not subscribed, if you don't subscribe, all you people that don't want to subscribe to my channel, nothing will happen to you. I'm warning you, nothing will happen to you. I love you from here, and on behalf of Dr. Erica, from me to you, from here, it is goodbye.